There's been a massive problem going on YouTube. It actually started at the beginning of this year, and it's been getting worse. And Jeremy Hambley, the quartering, actually has weighed in on this finally. It takes a bold person to actually do so, because a lot of being an influencer and doing this kind of thing is projecting success all the time and just being like, things are awesome. Because if you talk about this stuff, if you actually project unsuccess, one, it spurs your haters on. They'll go, oh, he's just whining because his channel's dying because nobody likes him. Or number two, it just makes the current viewers go, okay, I tuned in to talk about, whatever's going on. I wanted to see the culture changing and the like. I didn't tune in for this. So it makes it a very, very difficult message to actually convey. Moreover, of course, these platforms don't like you to convey problems with their platforms. And this is a problem all the way around. Now, social media has changed a lot in the last couple of years. It's become a lot less organic. You aren't able to just get seen like you used to. You get picked by algorithms, which are now run by AI. And it's dominant on every single platform. It's like this here on X. It's actually the same. You have to craft your tweets for the algorithm. It's even like this on Rumble, believe it or not, which is where the quartering says he's actually planning on going. I chose something different. And so when I started seeing this problem happening, I built a Substack. And Substack actually works very, very well. And I want you to join my Substack in the description below here. It's called Fandom Pulse. We report on the pop culture items of the day that are big going out there. As you can see, we actually reported on the quartering, Elon Musk's tweets. We've got some different comic stuff going on. This is a crazy one. DC Comics hires transgender writer advocating slitting J.K. Rowling's throat and called for destroying the World Trade Center. Crazy stuff. And so we are doing this every day. We usually have 8 to 10 articles a day, which is more than I can even report on YouTube. And so we're professional journalists. I come from the Federalist originally, and my partner in this, John Trent, started bounding into comics back in the day that every YouTuber used for their videos. So Substack's great because you sign up and you end up on here on a list, and I can email out the stories of the day to you. It makes it very, very simple. And so grab this, guys. Get on here today and support. Thank you for being here. And if you want to do a paid membership, you don't have to be a paid member. You can just be on here and connect with us. Alternatively, but we do this without advertising, so we do need your support as much as we can. Get on here today. Thank you for being here. So here's what's going on with YouTube. I've noticed it as well. And I've been talking with Clownfish TV's Neon quite a bit about this. There was an algorithm change after the election that started at the beginning of this year. They didn't do it right away because I think they knew that if they did it right away, it would cause a big stir, and they want to act like they're not censoring people anymore. YouTube used to ban people over just talking about the election being fake and the like. Now, then they acted like they got better about it. And they didn't at all. So now what's happened is, like Jeremy will talk about, and we'll read his deals, is they're just serving it to less people. I've actually got 2 different channels, and so I was able to A/B test things. And this channel here is actually suppressed. My other channel, which is JDA Talks Comics, is not suppressed because it didn't get flagged by them for whatever reason. And so I've seen, I use the same thumbnails, I use the same title headlines, and I've got very similar content on both channels, talking about anti-woke stuff for the most part. But because of that channel has been active less time, I've phrased things a little better on that channel to where it's a little less of the direct anti-woke than here is. And so what's happened is the channel impressions that are being served, not the watch times, the exact same on both channels. The click-through rate of thumbnails is exactly the same on both channels. And the other channel is growing in viewership by double of what it was, and this channel is actually shrinking in viewership by double. It's kind of crazy. And so you look at that and you go, that's weird, and that doesn't make any sense. Well, it doesn't make sense unless there's a suppression campaign going on for one of the channels. And so that's what we learned and figured out going here just based on my A/B testing on that level. Now, like I said, Neon from Clownfish TV has said his last couple of months have also been the worst we've seen them. It's gone across the board. I've seen a lot of people who had anti-woke content just collapsing. And, of course, the quartering now confirms that this is happening to pretty much everybody, even the biggest ones in the spaces. So what he said this morning was, I don't know if many of you have noticed, but I've been a lot more shifty and weird breathing lately. It's because I'm having near daily anxiety. There's something going on with my YouTube channel over the past couple of weeks that I've been spending almost every single night trying to figure out. and this is what's going, algorithmic manipulation. He says, over the past several weeks, I've noticed videos that used to get 50, 60, 70, 80,000 views, now getting 10, 15,000 views. This dramatic drop isn't due to content quality or audience interest. It's the result of YouTube's deliberate throttling of channels that don't align with the platform's ideological preferences. That's the truth. Because, again, the Quartering's contents remain the same. Mine's remain the same. Clownfish TV's has remained the same. It's everyone. It's even I think I got attacked pretty hard by if you guys don't remember, Smash JT in the video game side of things earlier this year, because, and it turned out I looked at the algorithms for him too. His content was collapsing. Hypnotic's content was collapsing. I think they were lashing out, trying to consolidate viewership on that level, thinking it was that, and I think it was over that. And in hindsight, it's like, wow, that's why they were going a little ballistic on me. Makes sense. They were panicking because they had too many eggs in this basket. So he says, for the first time in 3-4 years, I've started losing a lot of subscribers, hundreds, thousands a day. He says the pattern suggests YouTube isn't limiting video reach, but actively manipulating subscription feeds and notifications to starve channels of their established audiences. That's true. The other thing is they're starving channels of new audiences. So new people are seeing this channel less, which is, of course, resulting in people not clicking on it more because it's not being shown on the main screen. And it actually told me this, that it said, your videos are getting shown on the YouTube search platform less. It did tell me that as a reason why the channel's shrinking a couple months ago. Pretty interesting on that level. And so if it's doing that, but the metrics for everything else haven't changed, then YouTube is just causing a problem intentionally, is what's going on. And like I said, I've A/B tested this. I can confirm everything that the Quartering's saying here on a smaller scale. These numbers, if they continue like this the past 2-3 weeks, which it has been, I would have to fire everybody who works for me. Everybody, he explained. And this is a problem with channels that hire people. That's why I just do it myself here, because it is a problem. He says, I asked my viewers, I've got 2 million subs. Why the heck am I getting 8,000 views or 8,000 views on a video? This disconnect between subscriber count and view delivery exposes how YouTube's algorithm has become a tool for ideological control rather than content discovery. And that's the whole deal. They don't show you these videos. And I always ask this periodically. I do a live stream every Thursday night. And for about a year, we've just done it. My live streams have been suppressed the entire time. They get about 150 live viewers. And over the last month, that's dropped to 100. And it was just sudden. It went from 150 to 100, and I can't get past 100 now. Like I said, those Thursday nights, 4 p.m., just mark it because it doesn't show on people's notifications. That's crazy. If you've subscribed, if you hit that bell for notifications, you should be getting that content 100% of the time. Why aren't you? And that is what's happening across the board with a lot of channels right now. Very crazy stuff. And so, yes, he said his videos are performing bad. The audience is going away. And he says he's moving to Rumble. Now, everybody always tells me to move to Rumble, too. I have a Rumble channel if you do want to go over there. I've never bothered much with it because, every time I post, it's about 130 views. I just don't have time to keep that uploaded and do that all the time. I talked to Rumble. Rumble actually reached out to me for a partnership in April and told me they wanted me more on their platform. And I said, well, I don't get a lot of views over there, so it's like I don't really want to do things. The person who worked at Rumble literally wrote me an email saying they could turn the views on for me. So again, Rumble is just another platform that is on this algorithmic chain, and it doesn't work very well. I really got to say that's not the best spot to go put your eggs in that basket instead. It's just a different gatekeeper. Substack, guys. Substack is it because Substack is a spot where, again, I can directly reach you. I don't have to rely on an algorithm to try to hope that it shows up on your feed today because I will send you an email directly to your email box. Big deal. And so please get on here, guys. This is Jeremy Hambley, the Quartering, exposing what's going on. He's 100% right. He's been hit very, very hard, just like everybody else has been in these circles. I've watched the numbers. They are suppressing us all the way around and making sure that you don't find this content any longer. And it's a big deal. Substack's it. By the way, again, just as more, it's not, for confirmation, it's not the content change or anything like that. Substack's growing like crazy for me. We have a ton of subscribers. We're almost to 5,000 subscribers on there. We have about 250 paid subscribers on there. It's pretty big. And it's something that we're getting about 300,000 views a month, which is more than my YouTube's doing now. So this is actually working. And it is because if you're not manipulated by an algorithm and you get to see the content directly to you, you see it and you click on it and you make a habit of doing so. And that's what I hope we can do here, guys. We're telling the news that nobody else will because it is a big risk to do so. Even this video is like, this is like asking to get suppressed more, right? So it is something that's happening across the board. And I'm glad Jeremy's going over to Rumble and finding some success there. I just don't think that's the answer at the end of the day. I really like Substack. There's no advertising there, so I don't get ad revenue. Maybe that's why they don't like it, because there's not that trickle of ad revenue going in. But when there's ad revenue, you're asking for ad companies to potentially mess with you. I think it's a problem. That's why I like relying on viewers like you instead. So sign up for this in the description below. Thanks for being here, guys. Hope things get better. And gosh, I don't know what to do with YouTube. There's not like a customer service where you can demand anything better. They're such a big, giant corporation, and it's all an AI that's controlling everything now. There's no real people to even talk to about this. It's crazy. Wild stuff. What do you think about this? Leave a comment down below. Hit the like and subscribe button. Sign up for the Substack. We'll be back soon.